I'm not exactly sure how Marjorie Taylor Greene expected the country to take her seditious tweet suggesting that the red states and blue states of America should get a divorce. The subtext obviously being a second civil war. I don't know how she expected America to respond to that tweet, but she is lashing out now, even at Fox News. Here's the original tweet in case you didn't see it. On President's Day, no less, she tweeted out the following: "We need a national divorce. We need to separate by red states and blue states and shrink the federal government. Everyone I talk to says this. From these sick and disgusting woke culture issues shoved down our throats to the Democrats' traitorous America Last policies, we are done." Now, we won't spend a lot of time discussing how woke has just become the new N word for conservatives in this country. Anything that they want to insult with a certain level of bigotry and hatred, they are now using the woke word as a replacement. Never mind that. The fact of the matter is that this is a traitorous comment, a tweet from the congressperson. She is suggesting that this country be divided up as though we haven't already fought a civil war. And unfortunately for Marjorie Taylor Greene, her side lost the last civil war. I don't know how Marjorie Taylor Greene expected the country to respond to her seditious tweet, to a statement that the subtext is clearly pushing towards civil war, but the country did not respond well. And it wasn't just Democrats or progressives. Republicans did not respond well. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, got into it with a Fox News reporter by the name of Houston Keene. Now, here's what Houston Keene shared on Twitter, which was basically a tweet to a Fox News article pointing out that a Republican governor from the state of Utah has condemned Marjorie Taylor Greene and called her actions evil, or at least the statement itself was evil. And this is what Marjorie Taylor Greene was responding to when she tweeted the following, quote, "Houston Keene from Fox News has written 2 hit pieces on me today, but has not reached out even once to ask me for comment. Houston, you should read the comments on your own piece," Greene tweeted out. She also said, "People agree with me and not the Republican in name only governor of Utah." Now, again, this is Marjorie Taylor Greene acting out because perhaps she expected America to take more kindly. So not only did it bring her into conflict with Fox News, a Fox News reporter, and some Republicans across the country, she now has doubled down on this idea that America needs a divorce. The otherwise colloquial name for it would be a second civil war. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene went on a long thread after this, trying to provide some type of intellectual explanation for her tweet. She also tried to make it clear that she's not speaking about a civil war, but a legal separation that would allow red states and blue states to operate without a large federal government, which in a way kind of exposes the entire point of this. This is not a revolutionary idea that she's floating around. It's the same thing that has been around since her side lost the last time. They want a federal government that can provide them global defense, but allow them to be 100% free within the boundaries of their state. So that if the state of Georgia, for example, wanted to absolutely ban abortions completely, or to bring back prayer in schools, or to be a religious theocratic state, they would be able to do that without the interference of a federal government. The only purpose most conservatives see for a federal government is to wage war. The only purpose they see for the taxes that we raise in this country is to fund military expenditures or to give it to their buddies. So as Marjorie Taylor Greene goes on this long thread, which you can read if you want, but it's like trying to listen to a Neanderthal explain geopolitics. It's worth, good luck. But at the end of the day, we're dealing with amateur politicians who are being promoted to the highest positions on the face of the planet in history. I would love to go on a long tirade about how ridiculous this is from Marjorie Taylor Greene, and how much airtime and how much energy is consumed while the rest of America has to watch her become sentient. Like, we have to sit back and watch people like her and Lauren Boebert and Matt Gaetz elevate to working digits, right? To be able to open and close doors, right? We're having to, as a nation, watch them develop the ability to uh, have reading comprehension skills. And these are the people who are put into office and given power over us. And so it's not surprising that a suggestion like this would come from someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene, when two things are true. One, she is a part of the ideological persuasion that has never been true patriots. They've never really cared about America beyond what America could do directly for them. And as soon as America became inconvenient for them last time, they waged a civil war. And now that democracy itself has become inconvenient for them, they are looking to dismantle this democracy in any form or fashion that they possibly can. And so this week's idea from Marjorie Taylor Greene is simply this: let's shrink the federal government so that it doesn't have the ability to hold anyone accountable, except for, I'm sure they will use the federal government to control blue states, right? Let's not be fooled into thinking that Republicans or conservatives actually want there to be some type of libertarian utopia where everyone is free to do what they want to do. They are going to use the federal government to enforce their version of religious Sharia evangelical law. So even her idea and her suggestion can't be taken at face value because it comes from an ideology that is committed to control. Conservatism is committed to control. Funny how the alliteration there is KKK. I digress. The point is this: we're dealing with a group of ideological zealots who will absolutely overthrow this democracy, shrink the federal government down low enough to where it can't, small enough to where it cannot help anyone except their rich friends in the military industrial complex. And they will absolutely do whatever they can to maintain political and economic power so that they can install their theocratic fascist state. They are serious about this. And so while Marjorie Taylor Greene is in this back and forth with Fox News and Republican governors, with a single Republican governor, the truth of the matter is that this idea is something that resonates with conservatives in this country, because as soon as America became difficult for them, they betrayed America. This is why they align with Vladimir Putin. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.